Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm your host Nightmarish, and in today's video we're going to be discussing a very harmful TikTok trend that has been recently going viral. But before I get into describing what the trend is and what's so harmful about it, I feel the need to put a trigger warning and disclaimer that today we're going to be discussing themes of self-harm. So I urge you, if you're sensitive to these topics, to click off the video because a video is not worth your mental health. And if you are going to be leaving a comment on themes like this, just make sure to keep it respectful. I know you guys are already respectful in the comments, which I'm thankful for, but since this is like an extra sensitive topic, I feel the need to tell you guys. But anyway, what is this trend? This trend is basically a trend where there's the text "I did it again," which is very common in this trend, with this little silly face emoji, smiley face emoji thing. I'm gonna put on screen. And basically what this trend is talking about is people who have self-harmed and are venting about it. Like, I did it again, I cut myself again, or I hurt myself again. That's what this is referring to. And oftentimes the point of view that we're receiving is from someone receiving this message, and then underneath that text there's often a text like you should cut deeper, or you should put salt on it, or put lemon on it, or do it again. Here are some examples of the formatting of this trend, and it's obvious that this is a very disgusting trend because I'm about to go into it, but for obvious reasons. You do not want to be encouraging somebody to cut themselves. You don't want to be encouraging somebody to harm themselves despite your own frustrations. This trend is just extremely disgusting because of the fact that even people in the comments, they're like, yes, you should cut deeper, or oh yeah, you should put salt on it, or you should feel more hurt, or even giving advice on how to cut properly, which is extremely weird and really destructive. Because for what reason do you have a scenario where if somebody's venting to you, if someone's telling you about something bad that they did, instead of discouraging that behavior, you become angry and you tell them to do it again or do something worse to themselves? And often the excuse I see for why they're saying these horrible things is because of the fact that, oh, they don't want to take my advice, they don't want to tell me what happened, they don't want to tell me this. Like, for example, I did it again. This is like a line of dialogue. I did it again. Oh, do you want to talk about it? No, thank you. And then the person's gonna reply, oh, then you should cut deeper. That's extremely fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say, and that's a fucked up thing to do. Like, again, what mindset do you have to be to get pissed at somebody who doesn't want to vent to you? Another way people try and excuse this trend is by saying stuff like, oh, they're just attention seeking, they don't actually want my advice, they don't want to talk to me. It's all rage bait at the end of the day. It's all a joke, which, no, it's not a joke. It's not a funny joke, and you're actually making this joke at the expense of people who have experienced a lot of stuff and results to self-harm. And making jokes like this, or even referring to people like this by telling them to cut deeper or put salt on the wound, is an extremely insensitive thing to do. You might be thinking, oh no, this isn't a big deal, it's just a TikTok trend, but it's literally not, because there are actual people who have experienced stuff like this, and people who have experienced messages like this. And I'm gonna go to the other side later on in this video, but my basic thing is that it's not a good thing to be encouraging people to self-harm. I keep saying this in the video, but it's not a good thing to be encouraging such behavior. Instead, if the person doesn't want to talk, tell them not to do it. Tell them that it's a bad thing what they're doing. Make them aware. Don't try and assume that they're trying to attention seek or trying to get some type of validation, because oftentimes you can never know. This is like behind a screen, and telling somebody that you should cut deeper is something that the person might actually do as a result of your words. This TikTok trend is really insensitive and harmful because, again, the comments were just insane and really disgusting, and I have no idea why this is so normalized and so normal, because of the fact that even if you go on TikTok, there are videos of people ranting about how a lot of people are oversensitive, or a lot of people just want attention and are trying to bait people no, sometimes it's just like a lot of mental issues and people are just looking for help. And if you're the person receiving this "I did it again" message, I cut myself, if someone's venting to you and you don't feel comfortable with them venting, or they do this an excessive amount and they refuse to take your advice or refuse to change, I suggest just telling them that you're not comfortable with what they're telling you. You're not comfortable receiving the news that they decided to self-harm. It's important to set boundaries, because I can understand you will become frustrated with someone that will constantly be venting to you, but telling them to cut deeper does not resolve anything. In fact, it might make the situation 10 times worse. If the venting is affecting your mental health, set boundaries. If the person doesn't want to listen to those boundaries, block them and stop interacting with them. Because at this point, it's just going to become extremely toxic if both of you are bouncing off the dynamic that I hurt myself and you're encouraging them to hurt themselves. And for the creators that are posting jokes on TikToks or trying to follow a trend, just why would you think that this is okay to say? It's genuinely just like a disgusting thing to say and to do. And for the sake of a TikTok trend, getting likes, views, and comments, for what reason? Like, genuinely, if you've had somebody who has been struggling, you're just making a joke at someone else's expense. And this is, again, extremely insensitive to people who have experienced stuff like self-harm. And for the people who are struggling with self-harm, for the people who struggle to communicate, for those people, instead of indulging and texting people that you did it again, just seek medical help, seek professional help, find the proper people to talk with. Try stopping instead of making it out as if it's fun, because continuing to do something like this will harm yourself, others, and your friends, and it's important to acknowledge that. This is a somewhat personal topic for me, and sorry if the tone is off or really somber and sad, but I think it's important to talk about it. Everyone is going through a different struggle, and just making people struggle into a TikTok trend where you encourage them to continue bad is an extremely fucked up thing to do. Especially, like, I don't know, it's usually like the TikTok comments that I'm able to be like, okay, these comments are logical, these comments make sense, but here I can't. Like, the comments were just horrible, just absolutely disgusting, and it made me like physically revolt, like in disgust, because oh my god. But yeah, this is a bit of a shorter video and kind of sad and somber, but don't bounce off of toxic dynamics, don't indulge in trends that are attacking a group of people who are struggling, and don't be an asshole. Basically, that's the message of this video. And again, if you want to engage or comment or talk about these things in the comments, please be respectful. Like, I put the trigger warnings and everything in the beginning, but please be respectful in the comments. Oh, and as well as the fact that part of the reason I decided to also look into this was because of another creator's video, and you know what, their video was nice, their video was peak. I think you should watch it. Okay, I think you should watch their video because it is like 10 times better than mine. Here is their channel, here is their video. This is the video that inspired me. Extremely amazing video. And yeah, I decided to leave this towards the end because I didn't know where else to put it. But yeah, a bit of a sad topic, but I promise, guys, I wanna make more happy content. Funny. But listen, this is so unrelated to the topic, but I've been wanting, like dying to do like a redesign of my character for this channel, like my persona, and I have like the idea and concept and everything, but I just need to actually settle down to draw, which I can't do because I'm so busy with the exams. So for now, all I really have is like my little rant content, which you guys seem to like a lot, so thank you for like the support and love and care in the last few videos. But yeah, if you like this video, why not like leave me a like? And you know what, subscribing doesn't hurt either. And while you're subscribing, why not comment down your opinion, criticisms, anything. Just keep it respectful, of course. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.